If you're a man who's looking for a quick fix pill, a 30-day shortcut, or a generic fitness trend, do me a favor and click off this video right now. This channel is absolutely not for you. But if you're a man who's over the age of 50 and who's ready to treat his health like a multi-million-dollar asset that it is, then welcome home. On this channel, we're going to be doing something completely unique. I am going to be publicly auditing the daily health routines of millionaires and billionaires so that you guys can learn from their mistakes. I'm looking at two very specific types of guys. The first one is going to be the biohacker billionaire because his external package may look strong on the outside, but their internal labs are a complete dumpster fire. And I mean by the lab work that when they draw blood at the doctor's office every year for his quote unquote routine check, that's a dumpster fire. And second, the billionaires who have the belly bulge, the guys who have infinite wealth, private chefs, and doctors on speed dial. I think they call them concierge doctors. And yet they still are carrying around too much real estate around their midsection. Metabolically, they are broken. They're functioning like walking heart attacks. Why? Because the unlimited money they have cannot fix if you are trapped in a broken mainstream medical system or all the misinformation filled health and wellness and biohacking world out there that I see all over YouTube, because it's a big industry. Everyone's trying to cash in on that. Years ago, you might have known me on this channel as Dr. Janina, the eye doctor. Well, I've put every single one of those videos on private because why? I am not that person anymore. Today, I'm an elite men's health strategist. The reason I'm 62 years old and I wear my gray hair proudly because of it, and I come from a family of medal winning, record holding athletes who did everything right. My father, well into his late 80s to early 90s. My oldest brother, currently in his late 60s. And I'm talking about these guys who followed the rules, did everything right, yet they still developed metabolic disease, like diabetes, prostate cancer, heart failure. Those are just the big ones. And that was my wake-up call as well as theirs, that something was not right. And no, it wasn't genetics. I know doctors try to hang their hat on that, but that's a cop-out. You'll learn more about that later. Now, I realize that the conventional medical machine as well as the fitness industry have lived off of this multi-billion-dollar supplement industry, and all of them have missed something massive, and it almost killed the men in my family. Now, you can watch all my public service announcement videos right here on this channel, and you're going to get some gold that I'm dropping on these millionaire and billionaire health audits. But here's the issue. Just so we're clear, I reject supplement scams where pills are just floating wastefully through your bloodstream so that someone can justify sending them to you on repeat for a premium price tag. I also refuse to play the vitamin blood test scam. This is where we now have all of these, what we call functional medicine doctors, bleeding you just so that they can sell you more useless capsules. I'm going to also reject the lifelong prescription subscription loop. I came from the medical industry. I know all about that. That's just managing problems while creating some new ones, as in some annoying side effects. And I firmly oppose the diagnostics that are going to force men to absorb toxic radiation or drink toxic chemicals just so they can light you up like a Christmas tree to see what's wrong on the inside. I am very unique in how I solve your problems. I do it the old-fashioned way. How's that? By actually making house calls. Yep, that is something doctors don't do today, and more doctors need to start doing that because that's where the real success happens. I make exclusive house calls for men who want results yesterday. What the mainstream medical system hasn't been able to fix for them in 10, 20 years, I compress it down into just days using my precise quarter-inch turns that are really simple. They are sustainable, and no willpower is required. But more on that on the inside of this channel. But here's the reality of this public forum called YouTube. I have handcuffs on. I have already been taken off of several major platforms because of what I say does not line up with big pharma, big medicine, or now big supplement profit models. I have had to be incredibly careful with the language that I'm using so that the tech overlords don't shadow ban this channel. I'm here to give you that manual that you always needed to your human body, but no one has ever bothered to give it to you so far. And let me make one thing crystal clear. I do not take money from corporate sponsors. because if I did, I'd have to be writing prescriptions or sending you down the supplement path or a subscription path so that you're just paying every month for more pills. I'm not subscribing to that. I'm not even subscribing to the big smoothie and powders and bone broth and all of that crap out there that you're going to see bombarded to you throughout maybe even my own channels, but I don't control the ads that come on here, so don't fall for those. And here's the thing, the only corporate sponsor that I adhere to is our creator above. That's God. No matter what your body looks like right now or how bad it may feel at this exact moment, we are all made as an incredible human piece of machinery. And the original blueprint and the survival mechanics are still alive underneath. Okay, but there are a lot of multi-million and billion and now trillion-dollar industries out there that are going to advertise in order to try to get you to look the other way. I call it shiny object syndrome. I'll be talking about that in a future video, but don't fall for it. Now, here's what happens. If I say too much on this channel, it's going to hurt their profits. So I'm going to walk a tightrope here, and let's cross our fingers that I can stay on this platform and stay alive and not be shadow banned. So subscribe to this channel so that you can help support my mission to make sure that you get the information that you really need so you can actually make positive change to your body so that you're not going to be stuck in this medical model of just giving you more and more prescriptions rather than giving you solutions. And here's the other thing I'm going to do on this channel. I'm actually going to pull back the curtain on mainstream health industry gurus. And why? Because I'm tired of seeing them with millions and millions of views, but they're sending you down the wrong path. And why is that? Because they're cashing a corporate check. And I am not going to stand for it anymore. So I'm going to be auditing those also. And you guys know who they are. They're all very famous and they're all very rich from it. And here's the important thing. I'm not here to take a corporate check from these gatekeepers. And this is the problem with today. I see too many men out there falling for these guys, and they're keeping you guys in this wheel of problems. And you start to feel like maybe something's wrong with you. No, nothing's wrong with you. What's wrong with you is you're following the wrong guru. And I'm not going to call myself a guru. I'm here to say, I didn't go into the fitness industry because I couldn't compete with my family members. They all had to be number one at everything. So I went to the medical industry because why? I felt like, well, if I become an eye doctor, they'll all leave me alone and I won't have to compete because I wasn't an athlete. But what am I? I'm a foodie. I love food, but I hate to cook. That's the other reason why I love that I only work with men, because men don't like to cook either and men like to eat. So we understand each other. And that's important for you guys to understand. You can still get results without having to learn how to cook or without having to food prep. Now, here's what I'm going to do when it comes to auditing these gurus out there. I'm going to give out the actual names. I'm going to give out the court filings and the smoking gun receipts because I'm a data queen. I don't say things out of emotion. I say things out of data. And this is what's important. I come with the receipts because I believe everyone should come with them. And speaking of that, I want to give you guys a handout that I made with the lab test that you should be getting for a man over the age of 50 who's going in to see his doctor for a routine checkup. It's down below in the description. You can go ahead and click on that link and get that lab hit list so that you can send it to your doctor ahead of time and say, can you please add these tests? And then that way you will have what it takes to know what's going on inside of your body, because all throughout this channel, I'm going to be giving you clues to those types of blood work that's going to tell you what's going on. And here's the real key, because the master blueprint is within you guys. The real master blueprint for not only to survive, but to thrive, no matter how old you are. Speaking of that, the average age of my client is 72. That's how I know that you can still have amazing results, because I have all the way up into the 80s and they're doing terrific. Now, I want you to click the link below somewhere on this video. You can subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a video when it comes out. And I want to welcome you to the Masterpiece Machinery. Catch you on the next video.